enjoying this this wonderful meal and dessert as it is brought out. I see apple pie and pecan pie. Did you have anything to do with that selection, Dr. Alexander?
I didn't. I'll take credit.
If so, well done.
Yeah.
Well
Yeah.
done. It is my pleasure to add a welcome from the University of North Alabama to those that you have all received, and I'd like to thank each of you for being present for today's luncheon event. And it is my distinct honor to be the formal introduction for our guest of honor, Ms. Nadia Theodore, Consul General of Canada for the southeastern region of the United States. A bit about Ms. Theodore: she served as Consul General since August of 2017. And as Trustee Abrams pointed out, her predecessor, Louise Blaze, was here in 2016 at the university. Ms. Theodore's careers revolved around trade agreements in the Ministry of Global Affairs, and most recently, before this post, she served as Chief of Staff and Executive Director to Canada's Deputy Minister for International Trade. Ms. Theodore holds the Bachelor of Laws degree from the University of London and a Master of Arts degree in Political Science from Carleton University. And we've been kind of bragging about that down here because there's a lot of political science on this end of the table. Ms. Theodore is married with one child, I believe a daughter, age 6, and she enjoys biking, hockey, of course, and soccer. Because of her position and experience, Ms. Theodore knows the American Southeast very well, and we want her to get to know us up here in the northwestern corner of Alabama very well. Ms. Theodore, I've been here for 3.5 years, and I've often commented to my colleagues here that I've had way too many people come up to me in the shoals of Alabama and whisper, "We're the best kept secret in the southern part of the United States." And my response to that is, we can't be a secret anymore. And your visit is one way to get the word out about this beautiful, dynamic, and culturally rich regions. And we're so delighted to have mayors and business owners and other folks to help us tell that story about what's going on here in the shoals. And I'm confident that through the relationship that we're establishing today, that we can do great things together. And so with that, I'm going to return the floor to you. If you would like to add any additional comments about possibilities.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I will be brief. I will stand because everybody else. I will be brief. Thank you very much again for having me. Thank you very much, Dr. Bora, for your hospitality. We met each other in Atlanta a couple of months ago, and we got to chatting. And I was telling him how much I've enjoyed visiting Alabama. Because I am responsible for 6 states across the Southeast, as I think I mentioned to most of you. And when we were chatting, I said, you know, I've been to Alabama about 7 times already. He said, really? You haven't been to San Diego? I said, no, I haven't. Because I have gotten an invitation, but all I need to do is get an invitation. And so here I am, and I'm very, very happy to be here. It is indeed a best kept secret, I have to say. I did have a little bit of a spy because Louise did tell me how beautiful it is and how much she enjoyed her visit. And so I do look forward to growing the relationship. I mean, already in the last 15 minutes, we've decided that we are going to have a student exchange between the universities. So you guys watch the space. This time next year, we might have a first set of students visiting universities visiting here, and then visiting universities in Canada. So that would be great. And you know, I mean, if and when we do that exchange between students, it'll really just be one example of what I mentioned before is a very rich and diverse relationship between Alabama and Canada. You know, the relationship is one that is rooted in trade because Canada and the United States are so similar culturally and economically. We do a lot of business together. You know, all of you around the table who are business leaders understand that you do business with those who are friends, right? You do business with those you know, and you grow business relationships with those you feel most comfortable with. And I think that Canada and the United States are 2 countries that are the most comfortable with each other. And I was telling the students that I met earlier today that, you know, when we think about that rich and strong relationship between Canada and the United States, we often think of the northern part of the United States. People think of New York and, you know, Detroit and and those places. But frankly, I have found, and I've spent a lot of time in the northern part of the United States, and having been here for a year, I find that the southeast is actually more akin to what I know Canada to be, both economically, frankly, manufacturing, plastics, autos, and automobile parts. I mean, the trade that we do in those goods is phenomenal and has been growing exponentially over the past 15 to 20 years. And most importantly, in services, in the new services sectors, there is a lot of synergy and a lot of opportunity for Canada and the Southeast region in particular, because the Southeast has really seen, in my view, what you can actually call a boom in the area of the new services industries and in manufacturing, especially when you talk about advanced manufacturing, which dovetails nicely into another area that I am hoping, because it's a personal passion of mine, frankly, a personal interest of mine, that I think that we can grow the relationship in, which is workforce development. Because I really do think that advanced manufacturing and the growth in advanced manufacturing is going to be what drives our economies further in the future. And I think that the message that we need to send to young people and people coming out, even of universities, right, is that you might have done a 4-year degree in engineering, and you might have loved that. But you know what? You might actually want to, at one point in your career, work at a DecoStar, which is actually a Canadian company called Magna, which also has operations here in Alabama, for example. Has operations here in Alabama. I think it's District 5. They're in District 5, I think. Anyway, so you need to tell that story about advanced manufacturing and workforce development and how the two can come together and how countries like Canada and the United States can build a workforce, a North American workforce that is going to work together to advance our economies together. The trade story between Canada and Alabama, I think, is one that we all know. Canada is your #1 customer, so you export more to Canada than you do to any place else in the world. There are over 100,000 jobs across Alabama that depend on trade and investment between our two countries. And so that's a significant footprint. We have over 100 Canadian companies across Alabama. We have 7 companies within, don't quote me on the radius, on the mile radius, but I think it's a 200-mile radius of where we are now, that's what my friend told me. And so the Canadian footprint in Alabama and in this region in particular is significant, and I hope growing, and contributes to the fiber of the community. And so I do hope that we can find opportunities in business. I hope that we can continue to work together, to talk to each other, business to business, my business office, to see if there are opportunities for businesses that are looking to sell their product into Canada, and vice versa. I mean, I have a whole team in my office that is dedicated to helping Canadian companies that are looking to do business in the Southeast USA. And a lot of people say to me, okay, well that's good, helping companies that want to export, that's great, but we're really looking for strong investment in our communities. And my response to them is always, well, that company that starts to sell stuff into your community, the more that they sell stuff into your community, that is what then turns into them establishing an office in your community and hiring people in your community. It starts with them selling their stuff or their service. And so we take that very seriously. We really believe that working with Canadian companies that want to expand their footprint is good for them, it's good for the place that they are going, and it is good for Canada in the end. And I think that the United States, and Alabama in particular, who has always, as a state, been outward facing, has been very, very supportive of trade and international business. I think we understand that. We understand that companies that seek to export, that seek customers outside of their home base, only grow, only end up doing more business, making more money, and bringing that money back home and contributing to the communities in which they have as their home base. And so I hope that this is the beginning of a wonderful relationship. I thank you all again for having me, President, mayors, everybody. Thank you very much for taking the time. I hope that we can start a little discussion here today. You know, I'm happy to answer questions about anything, anything and everything. It's an interesting time in Canada-US trade and business relations. So happy to chat. Thank you.